Hello world, Shelly here, and today I've got for you my July favorites and fails. And this month I do have some fails to share, things that I really hoped would work out and didn't. So let's get into it straight away. First, I'm going to say I'm not sure if I've had these in a favorites and fails before, but you know I talk about them a lot. The Stila Magnificent Metals. These are the two that I have had for a while now, Kitten Karma, and I always forget the name of this one. That's Kitten Karma. That is Molten Midnight. I just added a third to my collection. This is in Next to Not. At least I think that's how you say it. And oh my god, you guys. Seriously? I can't even handle these things. Like, they're easy to get a glittery look. No mess, no fuss. There's like no fallout. They're so easy. I really want some of the duochrome ones. I have not picked those up yet, but they are definitely going to happen. These things are $20 a piece-ish, so it's going to take me a while to get the whole collection, but I'll get there. I'm telling you, I will get there. Next up, the lip that I'm wearing is the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink. I am wearing this in the shade number 15, Lover, and these are great. They're a little tacky. They stay a little tacky. I don't mind because they last so well. These are the four that I've been loving the most. So this one is 05 Loyalist. This is more of a brighter pink, number 10 Dreamer. The red that I'm loving is number 20 Pioneer. I also have one more that I have not worn yet. A darker vampy shade, number 50 Voyager. I have not tried this one yet. These four are in regular rotation in my life, and they wear amazingly well. I'm talking more than one meal, entire day. The lighter colors, you can get your whole 14, 16-hour day without ever touching up because it's so light that you can't really see the tiny bit that does wear off in the center. Darker colors you can touch up if necessary. I absolutely love these. They survive the best through meals of any sort of lip product I've ever tried, including sandwiches, like including lots of things messing with your mouth. So love them. They're in absolute regular rotation. Another Maybelline lip that I've been loving is the Vivid Hot Lacquer. This is the only color I have in this new line. It is number 62 Charmer. I really like it. It's not a long wear. It's a lip gloss. It's a very pigmented lip gloss. It feels really nice. It wears really well. Just be sure after you put it on, give it a few minutes because you will have to do the, the little butthole trick to get the center goop excess off. But once you've done that, it will not transfer on your teeth. It'll stay in place. Very comfortable, not drying. These also not very drying. Maybe a teeny tiny bit, but really not much. So Maybelline's kind of knocking it out of the park lately with lips. Revlon, not so much. I've got a couple of fails from Revlon. I wanted to love these. I really did. They smell great. These are the metallic Ultra HD lip colors. Now, you know that I've had in my favorites in the past others in their Ultra HD line. Here's two. These Ultra HDs are awesome. I really like them. I have 5 or 6 of them at this point. I keep them in my purse. They're great. These, the matte metallics, not so much. So I originally bought this shade because in the ad on the little display, Gwen Stefani was wearing it. This is HD Glam. These things just don't have any pigment to them. Like, it looks like it is on my lip, on my hand, but even so, look how sort of patchy it is. They go on patchy. You really have to layer them up to get colors to happen, and they just don't. There's no pop to them, and I really don't see the metallic. This shade here is HD Gleam. This is practically unwearable. It's just like wearing nothing on me. Look how patchy this is. I mean, no, they're really bad. They have a nice fruity smell. No. I wanted to love this. This looks so pretty on Gwen Stefani in the ad, but it just does not. I mean, look at this mess on my hand. No. let's flip to another product I'm wearing. This might have made it into a favorite months and months and months ago. I'm not sure if it did, but I'm going to add it again. It is the NYX Epic Ink Liner, and I've been doing my liner slightly differently, and this has been perfect. I love me a brush tip liner. I still love the Physicians Formula 2-in-1 Lash Boosting Ultra Black, the dupe for the Kat Von D tattoo liner, which I also love. I'm just a big fan of brush tip liners, and this is no exception. It's a very precise brush tip, and I like the formula. It does not bleed into, if you've got, crepey lids, it does not bleed into those lines. It's really easy to maneuver. You can get a really precise point. It's been my everyday go-to lately. Let's talk about some primers, because I have a couple of fails, and these are both drugstore primers. First up, I had purchased this L'Oreal Magic Perfecting Base because I had seen it and Jeffree Star reviewed it. I know I shouldn't even say the name. It's going to cause a storm, but let's just not go there. Let's not go there. Jeffree Star had reviewed it and said that it was a dupe for one of my favorites, the Bobbi Brown face base, the vitamin enriched face base. And this stuff is friggin' amazing. But I'm going to pull a Kathleen Lights here. That's expensive. Like, it's $60 for a jar of basically primer lotion. So I thought, if there's a drugstore dupe, then heck yeah, I'll try it. This stuff is it's dry, it's goopy. Let me see if I can get it so you can see what's happening. So here it is fresh out of the jar. Do you see how thick and sort of goopy it is? And then you try to blend it in, and it's just really goopy. And you see there's like a white cast. It never fully blends in. It does not feel anything like the Bobbi Brown. It feels like a dry, almost textured, I don't know. The Bobbi Brown is so silky smooth, and this is like it was over whipped or something. I don't know. Total fail. Can't use it. It looks awful on my face. It looks awful on my hand. No. One of the things, I'm going to go off on a tangential rant here. When some of these higher end beauty gurus start talking about drugstore makeup, I'm shocked at how uninformed they are, first off, at what's out there and what the product lines are and just what's available and how these things are supposed to work. I mean, do your research before the video at least so you sound educated. And then the other thing, I feel it's almost a novelty. Like, they're putting, ooh, look at all the drugstore stuff I bought. I can stoop down to your level. It's almost condescending and like a beg for traffic from that audience. I don't know. I'm probably thinking way too far into this, but I think the thing is, when someone who's a beauty guru comes across as so uninformed about a product that they're talking about on their channel, and they haven't even bothered to look into when it was released or what it was released with or what the benefits of the product are or what it's similar to on the market. Like, come on, like, don't pretend you're one of us, like one of us lowly drugstore makeup people. I mean, don't get me wrong. I can be a total makeup snob. I do love my Bobbi Brown, but come on, like, I don't know. It just annoys me. Moving on. This was another primer that did not work for me. This is the CoverGirl Plus Olay Simply Ageless Primer. Now, I love Olay products. CoverGirl's really hit or miss with me, but I thought, they're partnering with Olay. I thought maybe I would give it a shot. This is their anti-aging foundation primer, and it's got a pump. Very happy about that. Let me pump a little bit out. The texture's not really the problem. It's a creamy formula. It feels nice. The problem is, for a primer, do you see how thick it is? It is really, really thick. And even when you get it blended out, and the texture's fine. It feels lovely. It's smooth. It's not grippy. It's not silicone-y, but it's not grippy. It's more of a lotion type feeling. But even when it's all blended out, it just, there's a There's a lot of something on, it's just too heavy. It's a thick, heavy primer, and maybe it's supposed to be used by people with, whoa, dropping things. Save. Maybe you're supposed to wear it if you've got like deeper lines, more wrinkles, and it's supposed to fill things in. I'm not sure, but it really did not work on my skin at all. I tried it a few times because it does have some nice ingredients and it's got Olay product in it, and I just couldn't make it work for me. It's too heavy under makeup, and I'm sorry. All right, one last fail, and then I've got happy things for the rest of the video. This is the L'Oreal Double Extend Mascara. I didn't have too much trouble with this when I reviewed it as part of my Drugstore Mascara Showdown. I will link that down below if you have not seen it. It's one of those tubing mascaras that's got like the primer you start out with in step 1, and then the sort of lacquer paint mascara that you apply over it. This just is a hot mess on my lashes. I've tried it a couple times since. Yesterday, day before was the last straw. It clumps, and then everything's like spider sticks, and it really doesn't give the length you're expecting. When you put the primer on, the lashes look really, really long, and you think this is going to be fantastic. But then somehow that step 2, I've tried doing it immediately. I've tried waiting until the primer was completely dry. Nothing seems to work, and I just can't get it to work for me. So that was a downside. Bummer. No. All right, nothing but kittens, puppies, and rainbows from here on out. Okay. From my Ireland video, you might have gathered that I have a new blush favorite. It is the Wet n Wild color Icon in Pearlescent Pink. I don't know if it's a dupe for NARS Orgasm, but it's friggin' beautiful, and I love it, and it's just really nice. It's not too ba-bam. You can blend it out. You can build it up if you want to. It's just a really basic, nice, it's what I'm wearing today. It's just enough. I'm not huge on blush. I would have never picked this up because it looks so peachy to me, but it really is just it's just pretty, and I really, really like it. It looks natural, and that's what I'm going for. So yeah, Wet n Wild. I'm just a fan of Wet n Wild anyway, but yeah, Color Icon blush. You got it with that one. And since blush rhymes with brush, let's talk about a couple brushes. This is my new favorite brush for applying my MAC paint pot as primer, and it is the Morphe 173 brush. It's sort of a dense, round barrel, and it's just really perfect for blending into that dark inner corner of my eye that is so hard to get covered up. You put concealer on, but I like to take the paint pot all the way into that dark corner. And the brush I was using was working okay, at least I thought so until I tried this one. It's an It Cosmetics concealer brush, and it's just a flat concealer brush. If you can see that it's just a flat brush, and it didn't get into that inner corner very well. So the roundness of this brush is just perfect for buffing into the crease and just buffing around my whole eye to get that primer down. I am really enjoying it. So again, that's the Morphe M173. I had gotten that in one of my Morphe subscription boxes. I do that Morphe Me brush subscription, $20 a month, and you get brushes. There's a cat right here. Hi, Ziva. Last up, my new favorite translucent powder is from Kat Von D. It is her Lock-It translucent powder. Now, some of her powders can be a little heavy, and this one's not. It is incredibly finely milled, and it's a translucent powder, but I think it is sort of walking that line between translucent and banana powder, which makes it, for me, perfect for setting the under eye. Now, I would say consistency-wise, it's so finely milled, kind of like the RCMA No Color powder, which I also love, but this has that sort of banana tone that works really well if you have super dark under eye circles, and I am loving this powder. It does not cake up under my eyes. It does not make them look dry. It does not settle into the creases under my eyes. It just really sets my eyes nicely. So digging that powder. I love Kat Von D. I love just about everything she has ever done, except for that Serpentina palette. That one didn't work for me, but all right, that's it. That is my July favorites. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up down below. I would greatly appreciate that. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Click the little notification bell. You'll get notified every time I upload a video, 2 to 3 times a week, depending how crazy it is around here. Thanks a lot for taking some time out of your day to geek out over makeup with me. I appreciate it, and I hope you guys have an awesome day or night wherever you are in the world. That was dramatic. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.